Hi friends, welcome to WebChamp. So in this video, I'm going to discuss what is a relationship in Power BI. Okay. So here, if you come to the Power BI, so relationship between two table or building a relationship between two table is a part of data modeling. Data modeling is nothing but from gathering the data sources, meaning getting the requirements to gather the data sources, then figure out the relationship or what are the transformations we need to structure the data, then building the relationship, then doing the calculations and insights on the data is everything from raw to scratch is nothing but data modeling. But in between, we have to define the relationship between two tables. Okay, so if you come to the Power BI model, okay, so this is where relationships are created. And as we know that the relationships are always created based on the common column between two tables. If there is no common column between two tables, we won't be able to create a relationship. Fine. So if I click on this and if you open the properties, so here you will be able to see from this table, fact online cells, I picked store key and the cardinality, or we can say this is a type of relationship between two tables. So this is many to one, and the another table is dimensional store, and again I picked the store key column. It's not necessary to have the same name of column. You should pick the column which has a common values between two tables, right? Then there is something called make this relationship active. So active and inactive relationship is another part. And cross filter direction, yeah, so this is again you need to define. So ideally cross filter direction is filtering the data from dimensional table to fact table. So we will see what is fact table, what is the dimension table in some time, right? So we have to understood what is the relationship between two tables, or what is the relationship in Power BI. So what it defines? So if you look at this, so it defines how the one table is connected to the another table in Power BI or in any of the tool, data modeling tool or data analysis tool. So the relationship concept is same, right? So it defines how the data in one table is connected to the another table. And why it is important? It is important for building a data model that allows you to analyze and visualize the data from multiple tables effectively. And this is what we are doing in Power BI. So you need not to add the columns of this into the fact tables directly. You will be able to pick the columns on the visuals, and I mean this is just going to simplify your job, and it has many advantages that we will reduce the redundant data unnecessarily creating a copy of your categorical column for the n number of transactional rows is what we are reducing here. So Power BI uses a relationship to create a data model that behaves like a relational database, or yeah, so we have a type of data modeling as a relational model. So we are using a relational data model in Power BI. Relationship connect two table based on the common column. This is what we discussed. Usually one should be a primary key, meaning one table should have the unique values of key column. Otherwise, you will not be able to use that column as a primary key column, right? And another should be is fine if we have duplicates in that. So that will be referred as a foreign key. So based on this, we can say the Power BI uses two types of cardinality, one to many or many to one in most of the cases. Those are the same, one to many and many to one. If you use the foreign key table first and dimensional table second while building the relationship, it will show cardinality as many to one. Otherwise, it should show the one to many. So both are the same. It's like, but just it's completely depends upon how you look at the data. So what relationship does for us? So data integration from the multiple table, it enables. Then cross filtering the table. Filters one table's data can filter the another table's data, right? Then accurate aggregation and calculations in a report, right? This is what the important, because for this purpose only we are creating a relationship between tables. So types, the most common is one to many, that is used in Power BI, and we can say this is a strong type of relationship. So here in one to many, a single row from first table where we have a one record of that specific key is connected to the multiple rows in another table where we have a more than one record for that table. Meaning, see, table B is nothing but foreign key table, table A is nothing but primary key table. Right. So example, you can think one customer can have many orders. So if we consider the order as a table, right? If you look in your e-commerce app like Amazon or Flipkart, so you are the customer. So your data, one time you will fill the data. So that will be stored in the customer table as a single row. But obviously you will put the many orders, right? So there we will have the one to many relationship between those two, or customer and order table, right? So this is an example of one to many. Exactly opposite here, many to one. So technically same as one to many, just from the perspective of many side. Power BI allows you to build the relationship from either side, but in backend it understand this as a one to many relationship. Okay, so we can see many to one, but internally it works like a one to many. And that's why I said both one to many and many to one are same. And we have one more, that many to many. So here, multiple rows in table A related to the multiple rows in table B, meaning in both the table's key column, we have a duplicates, right? So what is the use case when both the tables contains non-unique values in relationship column? For example, two fact tables sharing a common dimensions without unique key. Okay, so two fact tables. Hardly this kind of case we saw in businesses, but the example, if I would like to say, is one seller. So if we consider seller and product, one seller can sold many product, meaning a brand's product, right? So similarly, many product can be sold by the many sellers. So here we will have the a relationship like many to many. But still, by creating a composite key, we will be able to convert this relationship into one to many. In some time, we won't be able to convert. In that case, we will use the bridge table between two tables, right, to handle the many to many relationship. And one to one is pretty much easy. So the problem with the many to many relationship is it can cause the ambiguity and performance issue if not handled correctly. So we need to handle this. So we cannot use many to many relationship for the reporting purpose in Power BI. So you need to make sure that we should have one to many or many to one relationship or one to one relationship. Often used with the bridge table. That is what I was said sometime before. Bridge table to manage the complexity. Now, how to create a relationship, right? So we have a concept of fact table and dimensional table. So fact table contains a measurable data, meaning, or if we consider the order of Amazon, so that will have the quantity of product and total price. So these are the measurable values, right? But in customer table, we will not have anything count of customer we can take, but that is if we do analysis by customer. So for us, the fact table is order and dimensional table is customer, because customer table will have unique data, right? So this is the classification of fact table and dimensional table. So now how to create a relationship? Okay. So Power BI, when you load the data, and if the common meaning between two tables, if the column name is same, exactly same, then Power BI will try to detect the relationship. So if you go to the files, if you go to the options and settings and go to the options, so here somewhere you will see, okay, data load. So first is type detection. Okay, column type detection is fine. Background data, parallelism. Somewhere we will see detect the relationship, automatically detect the relationship. So we data load. Okay, while loading the data, here it is of the current file. Detect column type headers, that is fine. Import relationship from the data source on the first load. So before loading the data, find existing relationship between table, such as foreign key in a relation database, and import them with the data. There is an option to detect new relationship after data is loaded. So once the data is loaded in the Power BI will try to discover the relationship between tables that are currently don't have any or created them. Meaning, if there is a no relationship, Power BI will try to figure out, but that is based on the common column name. If the column name is common between two sources, then it will try to find. Otherwise, it will not. Right. So this is the one way. And if you want to disable this, you can disable this. Say okay. So going forward, whenever I will add the data or I will load new data in this Power BI, it is not going to detect the relationship because I disable that. Another one is you can create a relationship manually. So drag and drop feature we can use. Obviously, you can go to the relationship model. Let's close the properties. Okay, let me and delete this relationship. So manually relationship can be created between store key of this and store key of this. You can simply drag the column of one table to another table. You will be able to find the relationship, right? This is the one way. And if you want to define the relationship manually, not from here or not by dragging the column, you can go to the manage relationship. Manage relationship option is available in all the views. So if I come to the report view, go to the modeling, here you have an option. If you come to the table view, here you have an option to manage the relationship. If you come to the modeling, obviously this is for the Modeling purpose only. So here again, you have an option to manage the relationship. Click on the new relationship, select the table. Okay, so here I will select this. Then select the store key. Okay, store key I selected. And obviously I would like to connect this table. Wait, so if the name of the column is same, it will automatically pick, right? Here you can see that it is showing one to many relationship, because why? I picked the dimension table first. Now let me pick the another table. Now I will say detect and fact online sales, and I will go and I will say store key, and now you will see the a different cardinality, many to one. Earlier it was showing one to many. So how you said it is completely one to many and many to one. One is completely depends on the order of table you are selecting here, right? And filter direction you can manage how your filter should propagate. But yes, so most of the cases we use this one because we are using a star schema in Power BI, so we need not to use the both. But in some exceptional cases, we might need to use the both. So in that case, you need to change this to both, right? So let me close this, and you have a relationship. So these are the ways to create the relationship between two tables. And one more thing, that relationship can be active or inactive. So here you can see I the relationship is showing by the dotted line. And if I open the properties of this, so you will be able to see that this relationship is not active. So make this relationship active here, no. And if I click on this continuous line or solid line, you will be able to see that this relationship is active. So this is the indication that if the line is continue means the relationship is active. Line is dotted means the relationship is inactive. And in inactive relationship, your data will not be filtered between two tables, meaning based on the one column. So here, if I consider this is the dim product, okay. So here, since the relationship is not active, it is not going to filter the data based on the product name. So if I show you here, let me pick the visualization. Okay, I will show you how the filter works. And the product class name. I will pick the class name. Any column you can pick. And let me pick the sales amount. Okay. So here you will be able to see that total is equal to all the row values, right? So this is not giving us the filtered data for the deluxe, economy, and regular, right? So if I change this, if I make this relationship active, so what will happen? This relationship will work, and you will see the filtered data now. And total is nothing but total. So this is the impact of active and inactive relationship in Power BI. So I hope you like the content of this video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a nice day. Happy learning. Please do not forget to subscribe webcam for the preparation of Power BI interview.